Right now, live at 5, new details about a shooting that happened near Proctor over the weekend. Plus, how a Duluth hospital honored organ donors today and their families' reactions to the special moment. And a discussion on public safety hosted by Congressman Pete Stauber, what he had to say.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Virginia tonight, where the spring storm system continues to make its way through the region. Dave has a look at what we can still expect from this storm coming up in a few minutes. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Larissa Millis. Kristen and Briggs are off tonight. We're learning details about a shooting that sent one man to the hospital. It happened in Midway Township near Proctor Sunday afternoon. Officials say it took 3 days of investigating to make an arrest. CBS 3's Rob Coles joins us live from the area that law enforcement believe was the scene of the shooting. Rob.
Well, Larissa, I'm on Thompson Hill Road, right across from the intersection with Ormsby Road, where law enforcement say after an investigation, they discovered evidence of the shooting, including 6 shell casings and 1 unspent .45 caliber bullet. But their involvement in the incident didn't start here. Now, St. Louis County Sheriff's Office say it started Sunday afternoon when deputies were called to an area off of I-35 north of Midway Road. They were told a man was limping on the shoulder of the highway. Now, police say a 39-year-old man had what they believe were gunshot wounds in both of his legs. They say the victim was reluctant to provide details, but authorities started an extensive investigation. Officials say the investigation and tips from the public led them to a break in the case.
With the help of citizens, we were able to identify a potential crime scene at Spirit Mountain and ultimately obtain a vehicle which we believed was used in the course of this crime.
Police say near there they found a .45 caliber firearm believed to be used in the shooting. They say their discovery of this then took them to a residence in Carlton County, where a search turned up additional evidence, further leading them to the suspect they charged. Police booked a 29-year-old man on charges of second-degree assault and attempted second-degree murder. They say additional charges for other parties may be requested from the St. Louis County Attorney's Office. And Larissa, the victim was treated at Essentia in Duluth and is expected to be okay. Now, authorities say beyond that, they say that they're still kind of investigating what led up to this, but they believe the 2 people involved did know each other.
Rob, do police think there's anyone else involved that's still at large?
Yeah, so the police say they don't believe that there are any suspects that they have not, already spoken to and investigated. So they think there is no ongoing threat to the public.
All right, Rob Coles live for us tonight. Thanks, Rob. Crews have been working to get some train cars back on tracks in West Duluth. This was the scene this afternoon near Grand Avenue and Chestnut Street. Rail workers were using large equipment to get 6 cars back on the tracks after they derailed. CN tells us they all stayed upright and nothing spilled. The cause of the derailment is under investigation. We now know it was a tornado that devastated a small southern Minnesota town and injured several people. The National Weather Service confirmed an EF2 tornado hit Teope early this morning. Wind speed reached more than 110 miles per hour, destroying homes, downing power lines, and scattering poles across roads. A few people were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The fire chief says the storm really changed course quickly.
The tornado warnings kind of snuck up on us. We went from a tornado watch to a tornado warning within a matter of minutes.
After the tornado hit, most of the people in the town of about 50 were evacuated as crews shut off power and gas. At this hour, many of those residents are still being asked to stay away from their homes. Dave joins us for a quick look at weather. Dave, we just saw Rob out there near Proctor. It looks like it is coming down bad.
Or good, depending on your opinion
True.
of snow. Some folks are really enjoying this extended winter. Others want spring to come around. Well, it is what it is. And this is what is going on right now. Let's take a live look at I-35 just outside of Proctor. And like Larissa mentioned, the snow's coming down pretty well. We'll call it that. That's because the backside of our low pressure system is now with us, and instead of rain, we're shifting over to snow. And Minnesotans may get more snow than the rest of the region. We'll show a chart on how much snow could fall tonight coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look at the situation here as our ponderously slow low pressure system continues to waddle its way through the area. Still plenty of rain in Wisconsin, but like we mentioned, the backside of the low is shifting things over to snow for Minnesotans, and eventually will overcome Wisconsin and Michigan as well. Taking a look now at the short-term forecast, we start by saying that despite the high winds last night, you know, most of the alerts have been dropped for our area. That flood watch for the South Shore, that's been dropped. The wind advisory for the North Shore, that's been dropped. What's still going on, though, is a gale warning right by the lake, so it's not a good night to go out boating. It's a good night to watch the snowfall. 60% chance for rain-snow mix tonight with lows in the upper 20s. For Thursday, cloudy, 60% chance for generally light snow, though north of the Iron Ranges it could get just a little bit heavier. And as promised, we'll talk about what heavy could mean coming up in just a couple more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Today, St. Luke's honored those who donated a piece of themselves to save another's life. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham hears from families of organ donors and learns why this last gift means so much.
Today, families here at St. Luke's gathered to celebrate the lives of their loved ones who gave one last gift to those in need. The hospital invited families of organ donors to the St. Luke's Pavilion building to take part in a flag-raising ceremony. After speaking about the importance of the gift of donation, families were invited outside, where they took part in a moment of silence as the flag was raised. After the ceremony, family members were invited to view their loved ones on the hospital's Wall of Honor, which features organ donors in remembrance of the gifts they gave and the lives they helped spare. Laura Pulaski, whose late husband Zach passed away from cancer in September, says it was an incredible way to honor Zach, with her oldest daughter by her side.
He was so full of life and his zest for life and the outdoors and his family that it makes me so incredibly happy that it's hard to put into words that someone else gets to have those benefits.
When Zach passed, he was listed as an organ donor. His eyes were donated to an unknown patient. April is also National Donate Life Month, so doctors encourage those in attendance to sign up to be organ donors.
Thank you, Quinn. If you or someone you know is interested in registering to be a donor, we'll have more info on our website. Congressman Pete Stauber was in Hermantown today hearing from local law enforcement about the challenges they're facing. The District 8 representative and former Duluth police officer held a roundtable as part of a district-wide tour. The Duluth Police, Hermantown police chiefs, and reps from the Carleton County Sheriff's Office were there. They talked about things like hiring challenges and changes in policing since the death of George Floyd. Stauber says his key takeaway from the discussion today is the desperate need for officer recruitment in the area and the record-setting low morale across the profession.
It's never been this low. And so we have an opportunity to talk and show the public how important law enforcement is to our communities. When you defund and disparage the police, crime rises. We've seen that across the nation.
Law enforcement leaders said at the end of the day, many of the problems they are seeing boil down to needing more funding. Stauber is making several more stops across the district. Still to come on Live at 5, as fishing season approaches, the Wisconsin DNR laid out some new regulations today. Details as we take you around the Northland after the break.
Complete your outdoor building projects with the Midwest's largest selection of AC2 pressure-treated lumber. It offers the natural look of wood with added protection against the elements for your outdoor projects. All AC2 pressure-treated lumber is 11% off. Spend more time relaxing and less time maintaining your deck with our selection of low-maintenance Ultra Deck composite decking. Get 11% off Ultra Deck and start your next project today.
Save big money at Menards.
A Ford built for you, by you. Get yours, built from the ground up with your choice of colors, wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want a head-up display and escape? 7 built modes in Bronco Sport, or best in its class gas torque and Ranger? You got it. And now an additional $1,500 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Your Northland Ford dealers thank you for making Ford the best-selling brand in the Twin Cities region.
I just Googled the Vision Jet, and I was here long enough that really any jet that's in the Google search, I was part of. When I first came here, it was pretty nervous. I was a new guy on the floor, so I didn't want to make a mistake, especially when it comes to an aircraft. I just started digging deeper and deeper into the job, and I have a lot of opportunities in QA. Then I became a composite technician. We have a role for anybody, really. The possibilities are endless here.
When building, you hire a team of specialists to ensure your house turns out exactly as you imagined. Major financial transitions like retirement deserve the same level of care and craftsmanship. At MPPL Financial, we assemble a diverse team of experts to develop a plan to ensure you only have to retire once. Call today for your free second opinion consultation so your retirement turns out exactly as you imagined. MPPL Financial. Answers to the most important questions of your life.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at the Duluth Ship Canal. Within the next hour or so, we're expecting the arrival of the season's first salty. The Resco is expected around 6 p.m. and will be the first ocean-going vessel of this year's maritime shipping season to enter the port of Duluth Superior. Upon arrival, the salty will be stocked with wheat destined for Italy. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. A new way to get in touch with Ely City offices and changes to commissioner districts in Cook. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start things off in Ashland County, Wisconsin tonight, where they are seeing some changes to their walleye limits this season. New fishing regulations were released in Wisconsin today, including for the Flambeau River and Elk River watersheds. New regulations for walleye include a daily limit of 3 walleye between 15 and 20 inches, or 2 walleye between that limit and 1 above 24 inches. Next, we head to Ely, where the city has received an updated phone system. Because of the upgrade, all city phone numbers have changed. For anyone trying to contact city officials, the 218-226 numbers are no longer in use. For frozen water lines, power outages, or other utility matters, the Utilities Department extension is 4 during business hours. The Public Works Department is now extension 5. We will have the full list of new numbers available on our website. And we wrap up in Cook County, where they are proposing some redistricting. The County Board of Commissioners have presented the map on your screen as the new precinct and district map for the county. A meeting for public feedback was held yesterday with no attendees. Residents can still comment on the map until April 26th. That is when the board will have another meeting to approve the new districts. We'll have the link to access this map available on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, breakfast is served. Pancake Day will go on this spring. Details on the annual fundraiser in just a few minutes.
High temperatures today fell into the 30s for a lot of the towns here in our region, making it cool enough to support the formation of snow. In fact, snow is falling for some towns, especially on the Minnesota side of the border, but the rest of the region should follow suit, and I'll show you the latest chart on how much will be falling down by tomorrow evening, coming up after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
The Northland is unique, and so are you. That's why Essentia Health and the National Institutes of Health need people just like you to participate in the All of Us Research Program. The All of Us Research Program is calling on volunteers like you to contribute to a database of information which will enable us to make precision medicine even more precise. The more data we contribute, the more effective the research is. Join us as we try to change the future of health. Join for all of us.
Hey, you guys remember when we went on this trip?
Yeah. Remember, Daddy, when you helped that nice lady across the street? remember when you blew up those balloon animals for that little kid's birthday party?
That's how it's done.
Remember when you helped fix the neighbor's satellite dish?
Move to the right.
You think you can help people fight back against insurance companies?
Yes, I can.
Not all internet is priced this good. Switch to Extreme and go super fast for as low as $19.99 a month for a year. Oh yeah. Hook up your home with powerful Wi-Fi, 99.99% reliability, and speeds that are FCC proven to be faster than advertised. Not all internet is priced this good. Switch today and get speeds starting at 100 meg for as low as $19.99 a month for a year. Call 844-EXTREME2 for details.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
Celebrating organ donors here at St. Luke's today, we tell you the stories coming up.
It's been a wet Wednesday and could be a snowy Thursday.
Tonight at 6 on CBS 3. Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
The rain keeps on coming, at least until a few minutes ago. Now it's shifting over to snow. But here's a look at how much rain has fallen since midnight. On the Minnesota side of the border, around 1/3 of an inch for a lot of towns, International Falls, Ely, and here in the Twin Ports. Getting into Wisconsin, though, as promised, the rain got a little bit thicker, especially towards Hayward, over an inch there. Close to 3/4 of an inch in Ironwood, a little more than 1/3 for Ashland and Solon Springs. So precipitation we can bank to hopefully fight off the drought that was expected to linger from last year. Hopefully this puts a dent into that. And on top of things tonight, we get that chance for snow, which could help us in that effort. Right now at Duluth International Airport, it is indeed snowing, and this snow that came rather rapidly and fairly thickly is slicking up the roadways here in the Twin Ports. So do travel cautiously if you have to head out, heading home from work or going to work for the night shift. The roads are a little bit slick. Easterly wind right now, only 6 miles per hour, has slowed down. Some gusts were hitting 60 miles per hour last night, and that's why a lot of towns ran out of juice. Power lines went down. Hats off, as usual, to those line workers that take care of those problems. 92% for the relative humidity, and current temperatures around the region, yeah, they're in the 30s. So temperatures have gone down today now as the cold front portion of our low-pressure system is working through the area. Still in the 40s for Watersmeet and Hayward, but odds are the front will overtake those towns as well in just a matter of hours. So, looking at the current Doppler map, our low-pressure system continues to work through the region. Wisconsin and Michigan getting rains right now, generally lighter rain, so the thunderstorm chance has passed for the time being. But now from the head of the lakes here up through the Iron Ranges to the Canadian border, we indeed have shifted over to snow. And by tomorrow night, early Friday morning, I think from the Iron Ranges to the Canadian border, folks there could get 3 to 6 inches. Pretty much a trace to 1 inch for much of our area, including Wisconsin and the UP. But from the Twin Ports to the Iron Ranges, 1 to 3 inches possible there. And the way it's coming down right now here in the Twin Ports, I think maybe we're looking at the 3. Well, we're looking at this low slowly leaving, and it indeed should be out of our picture by very early on Friday morning. Weak high pressure building into Montana will try to push away these clouds, likely will not do so on Friday, but may have a better shot come Saturday and Sunday. Now it looks like the weekend could be at least partly sunny, but partly chilly too. It's not going to warm up much this week. Tonight's temperatures in Minnesota should run about 25 to 30. 60% chance for a rain-snow mix. And Wisconsin, Michigan gets that 60% chance as well with lows there, 28 to 31. Tomorrow's high temps, Wisconsin and Michigan, 35 to 38. The normal's 47. 50% chance for lieutenant snow. I mean light snow there. A trace to about an inch. In Minnesota, 60% snow chance. Could be a little bit thicker. 31 to 36 for the high temps in that part of our world. The winds will try to pick up again. Southwesterly, for example, in Minnesota, running 10 to 20 miles per hour. Extended forecast. Well, the snow chance comes around on Thursday. Should fade away early Friday morning. Clouds linger Friday with a high of only 30. That'll be pretty brisk. Saturday, Sunday, though, Larissa, partial sunshine, mid-30s. That's not the way many of us want it for spring, but that may be the best we get for a while, because another chance for flurries hits on Monday, and frankly, all week long, we will be undercutting that normal of 47 degrees.
We really just are having a prolonged winter this year, it seems. Absolutely no spring.
Yep. And hopefully ice is off the lakes in time for fishing openers.
Well, hopefully.
It was about 8 years ago that that didn't happen.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen this year.
Right.
Thanks, Dave. If you're headed to a concert at the Deck this summer, you will soon have a quicker way to quench your thirst. Deck leaders are launching a Fast Pass beer line program called Fast 2. The program will allow concert goers to pre-order 2 beers when they buy their tickets. On the day of the show, Fast Pass purchasers will receive a wristband or QR code that will allow them to bypass the regular bar line and jump to the front. Deck leaders say they hope the program will speed up one of the less fun parts of going to a concert.
This way, it'll be kind of that nice way of not wasting your time in line, but actually spending all of it enjoying the show. Even if you had your first 2 and you're still there, you can also still sign up for another Fast 2 on your phone from while you're at the show.
The Fast Pass program will launch with a trial run on July 10th at the recently announced Travis Tritt concert. The Duluth Lions Club is firing up its griddles again, preparing for the first Pancake Day in 2 years. Their massive fundraiser was put on the back burner during the pandemic. Now they're ready to bring the all-day pancake feast back to the Deck. It's set for Thursday, May 5th. The Lions Club hopes to serve 10,000 people and raise $100,000. That money will help fight diabetes and childhood cancer and fund programs that help those who struggle seeing or hearing. We have ticket information on our website. A couple of pups with a purpose. K-9 officers in Northwest Wisconsin got recertified in narcotics detection. Here's K-9 Onks with the Washburn County Sheriff's Office and K-9 Chase with the Ashland Police Department. These dogs need to be certified annually on the detection of marijuana, meth, cocaine, and heroin. They had the chance to show off last week after finishing their course. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from Animal Allies Duluth. This is Wally. He is an 11-year-old Boston Terrier mix looking for a loving place to call home. Our friends at the shelter tell us he is a little guy with a lot of love to give, and after a day of fun is always ready to snuggle up. If you would like to set up an appointment to adopt Wally, then you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, while we deal with rain and snow, other parts of the country are gearing up for hurricane season. How bad experts think this storm season is going to be next.
Yes, there he is.
There he is. Combining your stuff is hard. Combining your TV with Dish? Easy. Prime Video. Combine your live TV and popular streaming apps like Prime Video all in one place. Live TV and streaming apps all in one place. Dish. Tuned into you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke, and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-344-6363. That's 1-800-344-6363. Call now. 1-800-344-6363.
Today, women with nighttime urinary incontinence don't have to wake up wet. Introducing the Purewick System, an innovative breakthrough system for managing female urinary incontinence at night.
Morning, Mom. Good morning. How did you sleep? Better, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, good.
The Purewick system works outside the body to draw urine away, helping to keep skin dry and control odor. The Purewick system is a non-invasive option for management of moderate to severe urinary incontinence, helping to reduce the need for multiple changes at night or trips to the bathroom. Now staying dry can be one less thing to lose sleep over.
Simply call 800-208-1498 to order now and find out why 9 out of 10 caregivers and users would recommend the Purewick System. For more information and to order, call 800-208-1498. That's 800-208-1498.
Sagging, bouncing, or uneven floors? Call DBS. Standing water or high humidity? Nasty odors or dangerous mold? Call DBS. Critters, bugs, or other pests? That's right, call DBS. It's a fact. Crawl space problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call DBS. Call DBS today.
Celebrating organ donors here at St. Luke's today, we tell you the stories coming up.
It's been a wet Wednesday and could be a snowy Thursday.
Tonight at 6 on CBS 3. Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
The upcoming hurricane season this year could rival that of 2021, which ushered in a record-breaking 21 named tropical storms. Researchers say that number is above average. It's not welcome news for Americans still digging out from the debris that last year's powerful storms left behind. CBS News' Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
It's been nearly 8 months since Category 4 Hurricane Ida carved its devastating path from the Gulf up through the Northeast, directly killing 55 people. Some Louisiana residents are still living in trailers.
It's going to be a long time before we come back. Real long time.
Now, a recent Colorado State University study predicts this year's season from June through November could see 19 named storms with 9 hurricanes.
If this forecast verifies, this is the 7th above average season in a row.
Alex DeRosier is a climate specialist whose research was part of the study.
It only takes one storm in your area to make it an active hurricane season for you. Even if it's a well below average season, you should still be ready.
That's the message FEMA and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration also took to a hurricane conference in Orlando, Florida. They say complacency and lack of preparedness are what keeps them up at night. They want all Americans, no matter where you live, to have a plan.
Do you know how you're going to evacuate? Do you know where you're going to go?
You got to have that plan ready to go.
Federal administrators also point out that recent storms like Ida tend to hover over land much longer, impacting their timeline to get the message out.
These storms are getting worse. They are getting worse. We're going to have less time to warn people.
These federal agencies say they're also doing all they can to expand their outreach, including diversifying their teams, especially to Spanish-speaking communities, to reach everyone potentially in a storm's path. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
At today's conference, federal officials also warned of indirect deaths in the aftermath of major storms, such as heart attacks and carbon monoxide poisoning caused by improper use of generators.
Coming up on this busy news day, the subway shooting suspect arrested, what we're learning about his long history of crime, and the terrorism charge he faces. Plus, a CBS News exclusive, we get rare access to the cargo plane shipping hundreds of javelins to the battlefield in Ukraine. And what do Alicia Keys, Ricky Martin, and the Wu-Tang Clan now have in common? Well, watch to find out. The CBS Evening News is now just minutes away.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Rental cars are in high demand, but now there's another option. Rent a Toyota RAV4 or Sienna from Cary Toyota in Superior. Current models fill the rental fleet at competitive pricing. Rent for a single day or save with a weekly rental rate. Enjoy the reliability of Toyota on your next road trip. Unlimited mileage is automatically included when you rent a Cary Toyota in Superior. That's right, unlimited miles. You don't have to buy a new car to drive a new car. Call Cary Toyota in Superior to reserve your rental vehicle today. Voted best car dealer 22 times.
At 7 West Tap House, we have everything from classic American lagers to small batch craft IPAs. Our rotating selection of award-winning beers is sure to have something for you. Pair a beer with one of our mouth-watering burgers and freshly cut fries or chips. Stop in today at 7 West Tap House in downtown Duluth.
I've always liked video editing. When I was growing up, I'd made a lot of YouTube videos about hamsters, and I really love squids. I graduated from a really big high school, so coming to UWS, where it's a lot smaller, it allowed me to really find myself. More opportunities are there for me to explore and find out what I really want to do. One of my overarching dreams is to film and edit a documentary about marine biology. Yeah, I would say that I am very happy here.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big story.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and hear from Dave on tonight's winter system. We followed tonight's storm system as rapid snowfall over the hill is leading to slippery roads. Here's video from a crash near Hermantown earlier this evening. It looks like the car went off the road and hit several trees in the ditch. We don't know if anyone was hurt, but authorities have since cleared the scene. A good reminder to be extra careful on the roads tonight. Dave, people need to be especially careful given how we see the snow is coming down.
And especially on the Minnesota side. Take a look at the current Doppler satellite map here. Snow is falling from the Twin Ports up towards the Canadian border, and it'll be a matter of hours here when it moves into Wisconsin and Michigan as well, and could last through tomorrow night or early Friday morning. So north of the Iron Ranges could run 3 to 6 inches of fresh snow there. Much of the rest of Minnesota going 1 to 3 inches, and a trace to 1 inch for southern Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin, and the UP. Once this chance for snow goes, we'll slowly try to clear up by the weekend.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.